Hello, traders. It's Tuesday, October 25th. We're about 90 minutes into the open. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get any videos out recently. Been a little busy in my personal life. Everything is trending higher. I should be able to get on track and to do more videos. The last pick that I highlighted was Pepsi. I had mentioned to you that I thought the market had a chance to bounce. That's exactly what's happening. By the way, right now I am long S&P futures. We'll see why I'm long them and why I believe the market's going to continue to go higher. Pepsi was a nice pick. I said, I don't know. We could have some nervous jitters. I'd like to see half of this long green candle preserved, which it was. We dipped temporarily below that 50-day moving average, but the 100-day and 200-day moving averages held firm. And I liked selling an out of the money bullish put spread below these major moving averages. That trade is in nice shape. You can see downward sloping trend line here. This is a bullish flag formation. I believe Pepsi still has a chance to challenge the high of the year. Looks very, very good to me. So what's got me so bullish? Let's take a look at the S&P 5-minute chart here, and you will see that we are near the high of the day. We have a compression near the high of the day on a bearish 1OP cycle. So you can see typically when 1OP indicator is going down, the market should also go down. When it is not doing that, that is called a divergence. This is a bullish divergence, and we're just about to get a bullish cross, which should result in a new high of the day. It's a fantastic indicator. We had our bullish cross right in here. That was very, very nice. You can see we have a bearish cross in here. We got to wait for technical confirmation. There's your breakdown. This indicator is all I use, that and price action. So while I'm doing this presentation, let's watch for this breakout to a new high of the day. Let's go into a daily chart and see what that looks like, because that really is the big clue right now. If we draw a downward sloping trend line, you'll see that it comes through that point right there. And actually, let's go in and use the trend tool and let's draw that line so that you can see exactly where it comes into play. Right in there, you can see that it's been breached to the upside. We also have a horizontal resistance line right here that's been broken to the upside. Major tech companies are going to be announcing earnings. We have Microsoft and Google announcing today after the close. Let me show you something that's very interesting. This is a pattern that we saw during the last quarterly earnings announcement. Here you can see that we have a downward sloping trend line. And I'm going to start this right here, and I'm going to drop it like that. Interesting. Look, we had a nice little breakout here. We also had a horizontal breakout right in here. That ended up being a very nice rally. Guess when this took place? Just before mega cap tech earnings. And then the market floated higher on better than feared results. That's what we could be in for right now. We've seen decent earnings coming out. 75% of the companies have beat lowered, keyword lowered, expectations. And if you strip out the energy sector, earnings per share are actually down about 3.5% versus last quarter. With energy, they're actually up about 3%. So the energy stocks are doing very well in this environment. But you can see once we break that downward sloping trend line, horizontal resistance, we've got support, higher low double bottom. In this case, we don't have a higher low double bottom, but we do have this huge bullish engulfing candle. So the market opens at a new low of the year, and it spends the entire day in rally mode, closing near its high. Get a little bit of a retest, but half of this long green candle holds. That support right there holds. Bullish hammer. Okay, now we're starting to build a little bit. Buyers are starting to nibble in here. Nice long green candle right there Friday. Yesterday, we challenged that line. Today, we are blowing through it. That's what I had mentioned to members this morning. I said, listen, we're up on that resistance line right now. We want to blow through it on the first attempt. And that's exactly what happened. That little overnight dip that we had didn't last at all. You can see how we closed right above it and then we took off. So excuse me for that. So that is where the market currently stands. So we've got this nice rally that's shaping up. It's on fairly light volume, but there's a lot of optimism heading into earnings season. How long will it last? I don't know. The one thing that we do have currently supporting the market is Goldman Sachs came out and said that corporate buybacks are at a very, very high pace, and 25% of the S&P 500 companies are currently inside that window where they can do buyback. So that is going to provide some support for the market. On a macro basis, globally, boy, there's a lot of economic weakness. And you've got countries like the UK supporting their bond market, Japan supporting their currency. Those are not particularly great things happening in the backdrop. We also have the FOMC statement coming out next week. 75 basis point rate hike is expected. I like the market for the next 3 or 4 days. I don't know what's going to happen after that. Certainly, if earnings come out good this week and we start marching higher, then asset managers are going to worry that they are going to miss a year-end rally, and there will be some FOMO setting in, and you'll see the market continue to move higher. So look for that. The earnings reactions over the course of the next 3 days are going to be critically important, and those earnings reactions are going to be predicated on guidance, not necessarily the current quarter's numbers. It's the guidance that these CEOs are going to be providing. So let's see if we get that little float higher. The next line of resistance is the 50-day moving average. The 100-day moving average is considerably higher. So let's drop that to see where it comes into play. And you can see that's where the 100-day moving average is. I think in the next few days, we've got a pretty easy shot to get up to that 390 level, perhaps even as high as 400. So we'll see what happens. I like the market here. I am long today, so I'm going to be looking for some bullish plays. If we want to play it a little bit more conservatively, we can sell out of the money bullish put spreads. Before I continue much further, I want to show you my comments from this morning. The market has a buyer. You'll see my Twitter link in the description area. I was suggesting that swing traders get long before the open today. I like the price action. And I also want to make you aware of an options trading summit that I'm going to be speaking at tomorrow. I've been invited by Tradier and the CBOE, and this is going to take place. My segment's going to take place tomorrow between 1 o'clock and 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope that you can make it. I'm going to have a link for this summit in the description area of this YouTube video. So please register. Here's one thing I can promise you. It is going to be extremely light on any kind of promotion. My goal is to inundate you with the systematic trading approach that I trade. I'm going to try and get everything I possibly can into 30 minutes. I'm going to conclude with a trade as I always like to do, and then I'll take the last 5 minutes to do a Q&A. So please, I hope you can attend the summit. There are plenty of good speakers as well, so lots of great content. Let's take a look at the market. You know where I stand as far as my opinion right now. Take a quick look and get into that 5-minute chart so we can see what's happening on a tick by tick basis. And there's the 5-minute chart. You can see we're still compressing. We're getting that bullish 1OP cross, which is good. Now I'm expecting a move higher. If we don't get a breakout to a new high, by the way, on this bullish cycle in the 1OP, then I'm going to be of the opinion that we're probably trapped in this range for most of the day, and that traders are going to be waiting for those earnings announcements from Microsoft and Google after the close. They'll see how they play out, and then the market will react accordingly. I still think there's a good chance that we make a new high here, so that's how I'm playing it. But if I get through the next half hour, 45 minutes without a new high of the day, I'm going to take gains on my S&P long position. So let's take a look at some stocks that are moving right now. I'm going to use a couple of searches that I like. My green royal flush search. You'll see the 5-minute chart updating here. As I click on these symbols, CI is a really nice chart. You can see that horizontal breakout to a new high, stacked long green candles. Can actually move this 1OP indicator down so we can see the chart a little bit better. I like this breakout. This is a very nice looking stock. So that could be a pick of the day. UNH, also healthcare, downward sloping trend line, breach to the upside, still has some resistance to get through. LMT, nice looking breakout right there. Post earnings. Pepsi, we already know of. GS, this is a nice technical breakout here. Downward sloping trend line. You can see it visually above the 200-day moving average. On a nice market rally today, I'd like to see a little bit better than what I've got out of GS. Netflix, I do like this. Horizontal breakout right here. Love that. Gaps higher, is able to preserve these gains, never gets in the gap. Long green candle last Friday, and now it's continuing to build above that 200-day moving average. This could easily be my pick of the day. Now, you can't get too close to the money here. Excuse me, you have to get close to the money here to get any kind of decent credit. So a 265, 260 bullish put spread on Netflix could work. You could also do a call debit spread, but you would need to make sure that the market is continuing to push higher. Without that market momentum, this stock is not going to have the fuel that it needs to move higher. But I do really like that breakout. So if I can sell that, this is a post earnings play. If I can sell that 265, 260 bullish put spread, and I can get anywhere near $1 for it, I'm interested. I would even go out to a November expiration on this. So let's take a look and see where it's trading. I'm going to bring up an option chain and we will take a look and we'll go out to the November 18th expiration, which is, I think we're going to have to go out that far to get the credit that I want because we're going far out of the money. And let's see, the 265, 260. Yes, you can easily get $1 for that. Let's see if we can go a little bit further out and maybe we can do this for 50 cents, the 262.50, the 260. And yes, we can get 50 cents for that. So I like that even better. Let's see if we can go a little bit closer in time and still get a decent credit. This is the process that I go through. We'll go to November 11th expiration. And we're going to look at that 262.50, 260. Let's reset this. And there you can see that spread is 35 cents bid, offered at 55 cents. Any little bit of a pullback, you know we can get 45 cents for it right now. I like that spread. If I can get 45 cents for it, and that would be middling it, I like selling the November 11th 260, 250, 260 bullish put spread, doing that for a credit of 45 cents. That's going to yield about a 22-23% return, and I'll only have to wait 3 weeks for that to play out. And I am distancing myself from the action. You can see the stock is currently at about 293, so we've got about $30, about 10% that the stock can move lower. And we have the 200-day moving average in the way. When I say in the way, that's providing additional support. We should see buyers at that level. That's also the halfway point of this long green candle, so I would expect that to attract some buyers as well. And we have the gap. This is 264. It was not able to test that gap after earnings, even though the market had some weakness in here. So that 264 level should also provide support. When I sell these out of the money bullish put spreads, I want to have as many different lines of technical support between the short strike price and the current stock price as possible because all of those layers of support are going to attract buyers and keep the stock above it so that tick, 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 time premium decay can work its magic. The spread expires worthless. I get to keep my credit and, in this case, generate a 23% return in a matter of a few weeks. So that is going to be your bullish pick of the day. I really like that one. I'm going to click through a couple others We're just going to see what kind of charts we like here. Downward sloping trend line above the major moving averages. That looks pretty decent. ABBV, also nice breakout. Look for these downtrend line breakouts to the upside. And we want to see those stocks above the major moving averages. Another one here. This is a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. There's one shoulder, there's the head, there's the other shoulder, there's the neckline. TJX is through it. Yeah, I like TJX. Can't say that I'm particularly fond of retailers. I see some pretty dark clouds on the horizon, especially when Jeff Bezos, CEO of the largest retailer, tells everyone to batten down the hatches. Yeah, that has me a little nervous. So I'm going to continue to look for other stocks. Merck, love that breakout, new all-time high, building on that high, also looks good. Walmart, you see how easy it is to find these? These have buy signals across every time frame, 5 minutes all the way to a daily chart. Pop Bull, another one of my favorite searches. I could go through this. Let's just take a look at a few, see which ones are getting going. All of these are starting to move higher and they are all breaching these downward sloping trend lines. Netflix is your pick of the day. Take a quick look at the market, see if we're getting any upside action here. We're still trying to test that breakout right in here. Now we've got that bullish 1OP cross. We're currently 90 minutes into trading. You heard it here first. I am looking for a new high of the day. I expect the market to continue to grind higher, and I believe that mega cap tech earnings are going to attract some buyers. We got a lot of corporate buybacks happening right now. Look for the market to move higher in here. What will it do into year end? Don't know. Don't care. I'm going to watch the price action, and that will tell me how to position myself. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure that you look for that link in the description area of the video today and sign up for this summit. I promise you, I'm going to inundate you with a lot of useful information that'll help your trading. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you then. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.